Hello everyone, I hope everyone's ready for today. In this lesson, we're actually going to be doing some code. We're going to be writing our first code in HTML. Now, the first thing we need to do is we're going to open up Komodo Edit 9. Alright, now once we have that open up, your screen should just look exactly like mine. Now, as you can see, we accessed that web developer course directory. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over tags and elements. So to do this, I'm just going to open up a new file. So a tag in HTML is probably the most essential thing you're going to ever write in HTML. Now a tag will help us specify the portion or how the structure of the document is. And it's going to help us structure the content that we put into it. For example, let's say we want to write a paragraph in our website. Now we would use a paragraph tag and it would look like this. So we'd write a bracket. The identifier for a paragraph is a P. So we're going to write P and then another bracket. Now that is a paragraph tag. Now this will tell us that anything inside here, anything after this, will be a paragraph structure. So for example, if we write, hey, I'm a paragraph. This will say that, hey, I'm a paragraph, it should be structured in the form of a paragraph. Now we're not done yet, because with every tag, there's a closing tag, other than some exclusions. So for the paragraph, we have an opening tag, which would be this, and we want to close it off. We want to tell the code that, hey, the paragraph starts here, and it ends over here. So without including a closing tag, we're basically telling the code, hey, a paragraph never ends, and it's going to get confused, and it's not going to run properly. So we want to write a closing tag. Now, the way you write a closing tag is very similar to the way you write an opening tag, except for one difference. So we're going to write bracket slash P bracket. So as you can see, it's very similar to an opening tag, except it has a slash right before the letter identifying the paragraph. So that's it. You just wrote your first HTML line of code. All this will do when you run it, it's going to generate a paragraph that says, hey, I'm a paragraph. Now there's many different tags that we're going to have to learn throughout HTML that will help us structure our document. The next one I'm going to go over is headings. Now headings are going to be written through H, so bracket H, and then we're going to choose a number from 1 through 6. Now this is not the proper way to write an H tag, a heading tag. Now we need to choose a number between 1 through 6. Now the different numbers between 1 through 6 represent the different sizes of the heading. So 1 is the biggest heading there is possible in the HTML structure. Now 6 is the smallest. So if we wanted to write the biggest heading there is in HTML, we can do bracket H1 bracket. Now we can write what our heading is going to be. For example, we can write heading. And then we want to close it off. Now how do we do this? The same way we did with the paragraph. We write a bracket, a slash, H1, and then another bracket to close it off. Now that's how we write a heading tag. Now, just to specify one more time, this is the tag, as well as this. Now anything we put inside of it, and we're telling it to be structured this way, is called an element. Now you know how to write tags and elements. This will be the key to mastering HTML, because HTML is based off of entirely learning how to use tags and elements. HTML is very easy to learn. As long as you remember the key set of tags that there are, such as paragraph, heading, tables, images, links such as the anchor tag, you'll be able to master HTML within a day. So let's do another one. So let's say we wanted to make something italicized. So that works the same way as paragraph or a heading tag. Now we're going to do bracket, I, bracket. Now we're going to write what we want to be italicized. For example, hi, I'm italicized. Now I can just fix that punctuation. Alright, now with every tag, with almost every tag should I say, we're going to end it off with a closing tag. So bracket slash I bracket. And that's it. We now just made italicized, hi, I'm italicized. Now, as I said before, there are some that don't need a closing tag. Now these are going to be called standalone tags. These will not require you to create an opening and a closing tag. Now an example of this would be a line break. So for a line break, we would do bracket br space / bracket. Now what this will do to the code is that it'll add a line spacing below us. So it'll skip the line and go to the one below it. So let's say if I had hi on my italicized over here, and I put in a line break, then in the HTML, it will go down to the next line. It won't continue running the same line. It'll just go down and go to this next line. And that's basically what a line break is. Now we also have another standalone tag that you should get accustomed to, which is the horizontal rule. That will be bracket hr space / bracket. Now what this will do is it'll divide up our HTML and it will add a line, a horizontal line, just like the way it's written, a horizontal line throughout the entire web page. It's going to basically allow us to break down our website and to break it down into different sections. So if that's something you want to do in your website, all you have to do is add this tag, and there's no closing tag to this. It's a standalone tag because it doesn't need anything in between it, right? Because for these ones, if you think about it, in order for something to be italicized, we want to tell it what it needs to be italicized. We need something in between that's going to go through, right? So we need to have it say, hey, I'm going to start italicized right here, and I'm going to finish italicized right here. But for a line break or a horizontal line rule, we don't really need to tell it what to put inside of it, because there's nothing going to be inside of it. We're just going to tell it that at the end of the sentence or end of whatever, it needs to go down one, or hey, put a line right here and divide up the web page. So those are tags and elements. They're really simple to write, and as long as you remember the key ones such as paragraph, heading, and as a bunch of other ones that we're going to learn throughout this course, you'll basically have mastered HTML. I hope this is simple enough, and I hope if you have any questions, make sure you just leave a question in the forums, and I'll be sure to answer them as quick as I can.